Hey guys, so once again, thank you so much for tuning in for PitchGround Daily webinars. Today we have Eric from Instachamp. We're going to be talking a lot about automations. Last webinar, if you missed out, you missed out a lot of things. We're going to try to cover many of those aspects of those automations. We'll try to share some more few new things. So in case if you are someone who is looking to automate your Instagram, I think you absolutely going to love this webinar because the strategies that we're going to be sharing is going to be pretty dope. I'm not sure what happened. Why is my battery exhausted?
Probably ran too much or didn't drink any water.
Oh man, it's been odd. Okay, I think we can just get started. Perfect. Meanwhile, let's just get started. Eric, all over to you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I guess in the comment section, was anyone here last webinar? If you were, just drop in I was in the chat. Hopefully, if you were here the last time, I have a couple new examples to share with you, but the strategy and the meat and potatoes will be the same. At the end, we're going to see how Instachamp actually works, and I'm going to show you how to set up these automations. So and show you a couple new ones as well. So yeah, you want to stick around for that, but let me go into the presentation and show you what I have about Instagram automation, Instachamp, and what it can do for you and what it can do for your business. Has anyone in this chat used Instagram automation before? Or do you know about it?
Guys, again, make sure that you remain active throughout the session because we're going to be randomly calling out a couple of winners at the same time. So if you're active, you would be awarded with an Instachamp code. And also at the very end, right at the end, if you have any sort of questions, make sure that you ask them in the QA tab, because the best question is going to be getting a free code of Instachamp. So make sure that you put in all of your questions in that QA tab. So we have people saying that, nope, they missed out. They are looking to learn. So I think we have already seen questions that are coming in. So guys, let's get started, Eric.
Awesome, cool. So can everybody see my screen over here with this little unicorn? Everything's fine there?
Absolutely.
Cool, awesome. So let's get started with what Instachamp is and what you're going to learn today. With building chatbots that they're going to generate you more leads, they're going to increase your engagement, and they're going to save you hours of time a week setting these things up. So what you're going to learn today is you're going to learn what Instagram automation is. I'm going to show you proven strategies from top coaches. I'm also going to show you some strategies from small business owners who are using these as well. And the strategies that I'm going to show you from these top coaches, at the end of the day, they're still running a business the same way that a small business would. The funnels and the automations are the same. The use case is a little bit different, but you can take the principal strategies and apply them to your own business as well. And then lastly, we're going to show you how to build your own automations using Instachamp. So you're going to be able to see what Instachamp is, what it can do, and how easy and quick it is to set these automations up. You don't have to be an expert or a techie to really set this up. Instachamp was created to be super easy for you to just jump in and create automations in like 3 minutes or less. So super powerful functionalities with Instachamp. So I do have to warn you, there are a lot of uses of unicorns in here. Our CEO, Larry, loves unicorn marketing. Unicorn marketing is finding the pieces that work best for your company and just replicating them a lot, right? Cutting out the donkeys, the things that don't work for your business and they aren't driving results, trimming the fat and focusing on the things that are working and finding ways to really amplify that and repeat it. A little bit about me and my experience. I've been a digital marketer for over 12 years. I've worked in ad agencies. Recently, I was the digital marketing manager for a power tools company here in the US called Rigid. I helped grow the company to over $150 million in the 5 years that I was managing the digital marketing strategy. I was able to find unicorn strategies that help sell out our new products in under a day for new launches, just by building these awesome engagement campaigns. And that strategy was so popular that they expanded it into the sister brands, and they're still using it today. So a little bit more about me. I live in Miami with my 2 cats and my girlfriend. Actually, you will see them come into the presentation every now and then. Stella, anytime she hears my voice, she loves to come. So if I close the door, they'll scratch and they'll knock it down. So she'll make some guest appearances, but we'll still continue to show you these automations as we go.
Eric, I have a quick question for you. Has it ever happened that you are doing your webinar and your cat has kind of like snatched you or scratched you while doing the webinar?
Not during a webinar. During some meetings, she'll like jump up here and just hang out. But usually I try to tire them out before I do webinars. But no, they're pretty friendly and
Awesome. Love
usually
pets.
mind
Awesome.
their own business. And then about me, I'm a photographer. I love to take photos and of landscapes and portraits. So yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. And then so just a little bit about Mobile Monkey. Mobile Monkey was founded in 2017. So in terms of SaaS, it's been around for a while. InstaChamp was created. Mobile Monkey has a huge enterprise automation functionality that really helps like huge, large companies automate their website, their Instagram, their Facebook, SMS marketing. But InstaChamp was for the little guy, for the creators, entrepreneurs who really wanted to have something. We wanted to give them something that would help them grow their Instagram. We wanted to share the Mobile Monkey functionalities with a lighter version, easier to use. Larry is our founder. He started his company WordStream back in 2007 in Panera. He loved it because it had free Wi-Fi and free Diet Cokes. He grew it to this huge company. He sold it for $150 million. And right after, he jumped in and started Mobile Monkey. So that's his story and his claim to fame. And we're creating something awesome. And InstaChamp and Mobile Monkey are both a 100% Meta approved tool. We're a 100% Meta approved business partner as well. So everything you're going to learn here is 100% Meta approved. You don't have to worry about getting your account blocked or banned. Everything is approved, and we use Meta's API approved everything to create what we're teaching you today. So why Instagram automation? If this is the first time you're hearing about it, or you've heard a couple things about it but aren't sure why it popped up and why Instagram allows it, Instagram is looking for ways to attract more business users onto their platform. The more business users there are, the more revenue they're able to generate. And to make Instagram like a very attractive platform for you all, they have to offer awesome features that are going to get you to use it, as opposed to using other channels to grow your business. So they reached out to us. We are already creating automations, and we created a super powerful tool to help you grow your business. And you're going to learn those strategies today. So let's actually look at how it works and talk about what InstaChamp features are and what they can do. The 3 core functionalities of InstaChamp, InstaChamp has a lot of features, but again, focusing on the unicorn pieces of what really drive a lot of the results and what people are really using to help grow their business today are these 3 main functionalities. You have your post comment to DM automation, you have your DM keyword automation, and then you have story mention automations. The first one that we're going to talk about is post comment automation. And this is what it looks like. What happens is when someone leaves a keyword in your post like this, like you're seeing in this little GIF, you built your automation inside InstaChamp. And using that keyword, what you're going to ask people to do is comment on your post with that keyword, and it's going to trigger your automated message into their DM. So they're going to get this notification, they're able to open it up, and they're able to see what your message is, right? This could be a new call to action for posts. I don't think posts have a great call to action right now. Right now, they're asking you to either like go to your story where you may have like a link in bio, or one of those like little link stickers, or they asked you to go into your link in bio, and then you got to find the post that has the link. It's a little messy, right? So by doing this, you can lead someone exactly to where you want them to go. And if you weren't able to have, give all the information in that post that you wanted to cover, you can give them more information, right? You have their attention right into that in that message. And we see about like 96 to 98% open rates for these messages. So you know that you're getting eyeballs on your message this way, right? And so when you're doing this, it is an automation, but it's a personalized automation, and it's using your voice. So it's as automated as you writing this message with your own tone of voice. So your audience is going to be receptive of the message that you're offering them. And then again, you can send links. So that means you can send offers, you can direct people to wherever you want them to go. Keyword DM automation. So this automation is very similar. Oh, apologize. Someone's calling my phone there. Keyword automation is very similar. So what you're going to see with keyword DM automation is it's the same functionality, except the call to action is to actually send you that keyword in your DMs. So the way that you can use these DM keywords in your strategy is you can do a new story call to action, right? So like you can lead people through this funnel, and then you can ask someone to DM you the keyword if they're interested in say you're offering a product, right? Or say you're a barber and you have an open spot that just popped up. You can ask someone, hey, DM me the keyword, book. If you're looking for a booking today, I have one spot open, and it sends them that link directly to them. If you're running ads, this is a powerful way, if you're doing something in an ads, that you can do a new call to action to get people into your funnel. And with what you're able to do, like share your posts and stories, there's some great strategies that I'm going to share on how you can increase your story post engagement, reach new audiences, and actually you could increase your followers as well. And story automations. Story automations, the way that it works is you're able to set up automations that if someone replies with a certain keyword or an emoji, or even tags you in their post, an automation is triggered and people are able to see your message. So some great ways that you can do this as well is you can actually randomize. If someone like tags you, you can just send a message of like a, hey, thanks for sharing, or like an emoji thumbs up. A lot of people love this. It's just doing a little digital high five. Photographers love this if they're getting tagged a lot in posts. Some very creative ways that you can do this as well is you can run contests using story automations, right? So if you look at Neil Patel, he's actually an InstaChamp user. He was giving away a free ebook. So when you would screenshot something and you would tag him, you're able to receive a free ebook. And we'll show you how you can actually collect leads in InstaChamp by doing this. And then because people are screenshotting and sharing to their story, now you've just reached a whole new audience, because think of like how many people see your stories, and then you multiply that by X amount of people who are actually taking advantage of your deal. Now you're reaching a lot more eyeballs. And if you do have a lot of valuable content, people are going to start following you, looking at your content and engaging with you. And now you've just developed a lot more leads and gained new followers. So very powerful tools here. Like I said, this is more than just a tool. It really is a marketing strategy of how you can use this, right? You're only as good as the strategy that you're implementing with this tool. If it just sits by itself, it's not going to do you any good. So that's why I want to teach you all these tips and tricks so you can see them, apply them to your business the way that it's going to work for you, which is going to get you more leads. And then ultimately, if you have the right messaging and the right value proposition, you're going to get more sales coming to your business. And what I want to say is the concepts and the ideas of using InstaChamp, they're so stupidly simple, but they're so painfully obvious that like when you see them, it just makes sense. It's just all about automating and implementing these strategies into the content you're already doing and seeing if it drives results. So the lead tip number one that I want to show you is that first automation that we talked about, right? Is getting someone to leave a keyword comment in your post. And one of the best people who uses this is Saurav Jain, brilliant marketer. He's been using us for a while now, and he still he uses this in his content every week of how to drive new results. So the objective that Saurav did, and the example that I want to show you, is that he was able to generate a ton of new leads for his new Reels course. He created this Reels course, let's say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And how can he get more people's eyes on this tool today? So what he did is, one, he had a really compelling offer, and take these little strategies as well as you create these automations, right? These little strategies and tips that people are creating, they apply to everything you do, right? If you have a certain product, you want to get people excited about it, share the really valuable tips, and then get people into that funnel to start learning more and engaging with your brand and sharing to their users, right? So he had a very compelling offer, right? He has this new mastery course for a low price, and that low price is today, right? So there's like a sense of urgency, a limited time offer. And what he did is, he already had his Instagram funnel. All he has to do is get people to go into it. So by adding that comment Reels, that is his call to action. With that call to action, right? If you look at down here, he got 139 comments, which means he got 139 leads to this new course. And, depending on his conversion rate, he could have made a lot of money from this. And the great thing about this is, he didn't have to manually reply to every single person in here. The automation does it for him. So he did the work, which maybe took him like, this artwork wasn't really difficult. I think it's just a screenshot of a tweet, right? And then the automation probably took like 3 minutes to build. And instead of sending it out to 800 and some people, which would take at least like 10 hours, like the automation did it for him. So he saved time. He did, he worked smart, and he got this offer out to people. Super powerful tip that I want you to learn and apply to your business. And then this is the automation in action, right? So here I am writing the keyword Reels to see the automation in action. And what you're going to see is the automation gets popped up right there, and he has his little message, a little bit more about the tool. And then I click on the link, and I am into his funnel now. So I learn a little bit more about what this Reel course has. And if I think this is great, I'm going to go ahead and click that button to convert and buy his Reels course. And now he has me into his funnel. Super powerful way and super easy way to take advantage of this. So my lead tip number 2, it's again another strategy, but it's also using that common automation, is the freebie. So if you're not selling something, but you're trying to get people into leads, a great way to get people to get into your funnel, right? So you're able to give them the tips and the value propositions that would entice them to eventually convert, is to give away something for free. Now, Saurav created an automation course that he was giving away. There's a time exclusivity, right? So like the automation is a certain day, and it's free as well. So there's no friction for paying for a course. So you don't want to miss it out as well, which is the copy he has here. Don't miss this. So a lot of FOMO copy, and he was actually able to generate even more comments and more leads to this free course. And because he already created that funnel, the automation was able to send out automatically. He didn't have to, send a bunch of emails or a bunch of messages out to people. And you can see a lot of people took action, and he was able to reach a lot of accounts from this tip. So the freebie, super powerful tip if you're trying to generate leads. Again, take the strategy from Saurav, who is a coach, and you can apply this to a business tip as well, right? Think about something in your industry that is super valuable that people would want to know. If you're a hairstylist, you could think of like some hair tips, and you could get people to like comment you. It's super easy to create like a little tip guide. It doesn't even have to be something super spectacular. It could be just a recording of you, and you send the video through this automation, right? Anything to get people's information and to start developing that relationship with you in the DMs. That's the power of this automation. Is yes, it is automated, but it allows you to show your personality and actually develop a relationship inside the DMs. Because at the end of the day, they're still interacting with the copy that you wrote down. It's just in a way that they're able to read it automatically and without you having to type it out 100 times. And just another example. So Neil Patel, super powerful marketer. He used simple DM growth on his content to actually drive people into his DMs for an offer. And he got 1,068 leads from this as well. Lead tip number 3 is to drive leads in your stories. Lauren Tickner, great coach, super amazing saleswoman. And I love the strategies that she always uses to get people into her funnels through stories. So what you're able to see here is she qualifies people, she gets them interested, she gets them to engage in her stories. And she's able to do that by creating these little like story drips, I call them. So she has that question, are you into coaching? Yes or no? She shares results of what other people have done. Do you want results like this? And then lastly, she says, she gives you that exclusivity, that FOMO again, right? So send her a message if you're interested, but there's only 3 spots left and it's only left for this week. So there's a sense of urgency, right? You want to motivate people to make a choice and a reaction now. You don't want to give people time to think, oh, maybe I'll think about this tomorrow, or I'll think about this when I'm done work. Like, make the call to action happen right now. Because people are ready. Sometimes they just, don't want to do it right then and there. So creating these urgencies get you more results faster. And lead tip number 4 is you can use InstaChamp by just putting it into your bio, right? So if you are generating traffic from, if you're running ads, or if like you're creating reels or something that's getting people to see your profile, and maybe someone doesn't know who you are already, you can offer free, like a free tip in your bio by using one of these automations to get people into your free funnel, right? So if you have a super awesome, very simple tip or a lead or a ebook that gets people interested in what you do and gives them value, go ahead and get them into that funnel by putting it in your bio. And you're going to get people to kind of engage and learn about you more, besides just looking at the content that you create. And the lead tip number 5 is, again, I mentioned how this can drive leads, but if you do a free something in your stories, get people to screenshot, share, and tag you. And what that's going to do is going to get more eyeballs to your brand, to your person, to your company. And it's going to increase your followers and your engagement, and it gets you your leads into your funnel. Now, I want to share a Reels hack with InstaChamp that you can use. So right now, InstaChamp and Instagram automations only work for your stories. They work for Instagram lives. They work for posts, carousels, and videos. They don't work for IGTV or Reels. Reels will come in the future. This Instagram automation was really launched to everyone at the end of last year. So the Facebook API team is working on creating new features. And we're constantly updating InstaChamp with new features all the time. So Reels will come in the future, but right now it isn't supported. But there are still ways to take advantage of Reels growth. I know that you've probably seen 100 tips about how you can use Reels to grow your business, because it is like the way that people are really seeing a lot of growth right now. So a Reels hack, if you're already using some Reels strategies, is what you do in your Reels is you use all the tips, some of those tips that we mentioned earlier, just in your Reels, right? So you want to share the Reel to your story, you want to tag you, and using the freebie methodology is someone can get your free guide by doing that. So when you share it to your story, you're getting more plays. People are tagging you, so you are being shared to their network, and it'll help your Reels do a lot better and generate those leads for you. And so some tips for increasing engagement of followers. So we taught you about how to generate these leads, but I think you don't want to blast everyone with deals and offers every single piece of content. That's not how it works. You're going to create regular content throughout. Before do like, back in the day, it used to be like the 5-to-1 rule. I think now with social media and how much content is being created, that's more like either 8-to-10 to 15-to-1 ratio now. So with that being said, I think that there is still ways that you can use Instachamp to increase your engagement in the content you're creating before you do offers, which is just going to give you more opportunities to grow your business faster. The engagement tip number one that I have is called the gatekeep, right? So I don't know if you remember back in the day, I'm showing my age here, but with Facebook, there used to be a lot of those like clickbaity links of like, here are like the top 5 colors that, tell you what your personality is, right? Or like, here is your top, here are the top celebrities who have like, a weird favorite food, number 4 will shock you. So a lot of these little clickbaity things that get you interested in clicking and reading through the article. You can kind of use those strategies and methodologies with Instachamp. And the way that you want to do it is you want to gatekeep one of those really top juicy secrets or tips for the end. And let me show you how this works. So what you're going to do is, for this one, it is how to increase engagement for your carousel, right? So I'm sharing the top 3 tips to increase your carousel engagement. And I'm going to share the first one, which is storytelling. Number 2 is sharing tips and hacks. And number 3, you can actually like not even share what it is about. But for this one, I kind of wanted to share what it was about, but have the actual messaging be shared within the DMs, right? So if you wanted to know what the 3rd tip was, the call to action is to leave the message carousel, or sorry, leave the word carousel in the comments of that post. And then that tip would be sent directly to you in your DM. So it's a way to gamify what you're already doing, right? The value is still there. You're providing people with value. At the end of the day, you're not tricking someone into doing something. They want to do it because they want to know what that tip is. And it's fun, right? It gets you to engage. Like, ooh, now I have like a sense of suspense. I really want to know what this is. And when you get them into your DMs, you're able to share your brand personality, and you're able to share that tip in their DMs. And it's just a new way to use the tools available to you right now to increase your engagement.
All
So
right. Right, that's a great hack. I have a quick question around it. I think a few people are asking the same. How often is too often? Because if you are trying to do this maybe once in a while, it would work. But do you think like for every single carousel, if you try to do this, it will be a little too much, because you'll start having like repetitive leads in the pipeline? So how would you recommend, like what should be the overall frequency? I'm not talking about in terms of the number of posts, but in terms of, should we do it like once a week, once a month? This way, if you're getting new leads, it's kind of like piping in. What would be your suggestion?
Are you talking about the driving leads or the driving engagement?
No, I'm talking about the driving engagement part that's going to lead to the automation that's going to get triggered. Because what would happen is that, let's say that I did one carousel today where I'm saying that, hey, the 3rd tip, if you want to know, just write in growth in the comment, and I'm going to send you a DM right away. Now people do it, they get the DM, and I start an engagement, right? But now tomorrow I'm sharing one more carousel. Now I'm telling the same thing, hey, type in growth, and I'm going to send it across. Now, do you think that doing it repeatedly can really cause a damage, because it's going to make people sort of feel that, hey, I don't want to sort of engage all the time. I just want to browse through the content very quickly. But if it gets like too engaging all the time either, and if you're forcing the engagements, many a times people might just like back off if it's happening too frequently. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, this is, just like any other tip or strategy or hack, the more you use it, the more it gets watered down, right? So like think of your, one of your favorite clothing stores, right? If everything is on sale all the time, or if everything is limited time only, it loses its like mystique. It
Right.
loses its power. So definitely moderation in what you're using this for. I don't see why you couldn't use this like 4 times like a month. If you're really creating a lot of content, it's really up to you and your content strategy of how often you're posting. But if the value is there and you're seeing it kind of continue to to see results, like, use it at your discretion. I think everyone has to like understand who their audience is a little bit, and how receptive they would be to doing this. But I wouldn't spam this all the time. No.
Got it.
But
Got it. So
yeah,
let's
yeah.
say that I think maybe something every fortnight. Do you think that is good enough in terms of frequency?
I have to Google how much a fortnight is. I
That's
think, was it
that's
like 20
basically
days?
no, that's basically like every 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah, no, I think every 2 weeks is definitely good enough. I would say that's a sound strategy. And test it a little bit more if you want to and see how they respond. But yeah, I think twice a month is definitely doable for sure for this
definitely, I
strategy.
think that's probably like a very sweet spot, I would say.
Yeah. And here's the thing is, like, that's one strategy, but let me share a couple more so you can actually sprinkle these in as you want, right? So engagement tip number 2 is the like and tag. So with this post example here is, if you're offering that freebie, the call to action and what you really want is you want to get more eyeballs. So you're trying to get people to follow you, and engage with your content, to get the algorithm to realize that this is a very successful post. So it's going to share it to, 1, more of your own users, and then 2, it's going to share it to people outside of your user base. So with this example, if you had a post, what you're going to do is you're going to ask people to like the post and share it to their story, and then tag you to receive that freebie. In this case, it's an Instagram automation mini guide. So again, like I mentioned, if this is in your stories and people are sharing that post, you're going to reach more people. You're going to get more leads into your funnel, into your pipeline. Just a little strategy and hack to do that as well. Again, I wouldn't do this one every week either. I would do this like every fortnight as well. This one is definitely something that that you want to use sparingly, but it's very powerful. Again, so those are the tips that I have here to share with you. I hope that you're able to take a lot of maybe examples and think, aha, maybe I can use this in a way that I would start seeing results. Or I know I definitely have some piece of advice that would be valuable that I can gatekeep, that would test the engagement, right? So like, if you're just doing a little bit different than your competitor, right? If you're both here, and this, you may not see explosive results like Saurav. I mean, Saurav has like 250,000 followers, but if you're a small business and you're seeing like 10 to 20% more than your competition, right? And you're just seeing incremental growth, the algorithm's going to favor your content over your competitor, right? You're going to start seeing more results. And if you're seeing more results and you're driving leads and your backend has a lot of value, those are start going to generating results, right? So like, ask yourself, what is the worth of an extra lead or an extra sale? And are the efforts going to be worth it? Like I said, sorry, I should have clicked over, but yeah, if just one of these strategies helps you get more clients or save you time, what can that do for your business? If you're saving time with these automations, what can you do with that time to help grow your business, right? Are there billing things that you could be working on, front end things, back end stuff? So yeah, if you're interested in learning more, I'm going to show you InstaChamp and how it works and how you can actually set up some of these automations. So let me share that with you. Yes, I can answer any questions in the meantime. If we want to open up some questions, what do you think?
I'm also answering many of those questions, Eric. So you can just continue going.
Cool.
And all of the questions, rest of them on the chats, I'm kind of like noting them down, and we can take all of them at the end.
Perfect. So let me show you exactly what InstaChamp is, what it looks like, and how you can use it. So like I said, we wanted this to be super easy for users to jump in and be able to start creating automations. It's not complex, right? So I don't want we didn't want people to get lost in creating automations. So it's very straightforward. Here's where you would create your DM keywords. Here is a DM greeting. So say, for instance, you just want one message going out to anyone, whoever messages you. This would be the first message that pops up. Post comments, right? If someone is commenting on your post, this is where you create those automations. Story mentions, if anyone mentions you, this is where you create that. Story reactions, if you want an automation to trigger based on a reaction, like an emoji or a heart, something like that, this is where you create that. And if you do Instagram lives, which is a great way to, get some eyeballs on your brand and your copy and you can send people directly into an automation, right? So like if you are doing a, I don't know, like a flower arrangement class, and you want, people are like, you're teaching people how to arrange these flowers on your Instagram live, you can like periodically pitch in and say, hey, I have this free, ebook on how to actually set these up yourself, or like a video training, or like a free 10% coupon for my flower arrangements. DM me, offer or ebook or course or video, whatever your keyword you want, and that'll send directly to their DM. So a lot of different ways that you can use these tools. So with that being said, let's jump in to see what this looks like. As you can see, I already have some created, but I'll show you how to create one from scratch. So yours would look like this, empty without any automations preset. So when you click the add button, everyone can see my screen, correct? Cool. So when you create a keyword, it's an automation, you click that button, it's going to ask you to respond to certain keywords. So this is where you enter your keyword. Let's do test here. And you can do, multiple ones. We'll do test 2 here to show you, and you hit continue. What you can do is you can create one from scratch, but if you kind of know already what you want to do, we have some pre-created templates that'll be able to help you like start faster. And that way you don't have to create them all from scratch every single time. But for the sake of showing you what this can do, let's create one from scratch. And this is what you're going to see. Over here on the right, you're going to see what this automation is going to start looking like as you create this message, right? So your first thing here is you're going to start creating the message automation. For an example, like we could say, if you're a hairstylist and you're looking to book an appointment, you can say, hello, thanks for reaching out. I'm, excited to get to know you. Can I ask some questions before we get started? Right. And then you would click a new message, right? And with these automations, what's cool is you can send text, but you can also send questions as well. So you can ask questions. You can ask questions where people respond with text. But my favorite is actually by picking an option, right? So if someone's trying to book this meeting with you, you can ask them, or by phone. You can ask people if they're looking to book online or by phone. And so you can actually ask them to select options. So the one we could do online, right? Or you could do by phone. And what you're able to do is if you want the question to be, the response to be exactly the same, you would leave it as is. But if you want to do different replies based on the questions that you add here, you're going to turn this on, right? And it's going to let you choose the different options. So if you click by online, then what you can do now is you can actually send a link here. Hello, here you can find the link to book online. Hope to see you soon. Boom. And then you would create this right here, right? So you would do booking, and then you would send your link, right? And this applies to anything else that you're doing, right? So if you do by phone, right? hey, and then let me show you this cool feature, right? So now you can actually personalize the message. This is going to use Instagram's data, right? Whatever they use as their name in their profile. First name, last name, full name, or handle. So let's go first name, and that'll auto-populate their name. So hey, first name, thanks for wanting to book. Here's the number to call, book your appointment. Oops. Right, and then you'd enter the number, and then you save the changes. Right, and now your automation is ready there, right? So like if anyone asks a question for if they enter any keywords like this, like haircut, it's going to automatically trigger. If you're a business and you're always busy, this is a great way to never miss a lead, right? If you have the keywords of what people are always asking for, like hours of operation, booking, what happens, and I've done this before, is I reached out to some like dermatologists that I looked online, right? So like if your SEO strategy and your website is good, or if people are looking on Instagram, which they do a lot, to see if there's like any good businesses around them, they're going to start asking your company, and they're going to reach out to a couple other companies as well. And really whoever responds to them quickest and like in a good manner and answers their questions with value, they're most likely going to make a purchasing decision right there. So like if you're not by your phone, this is a great way to never miss an opportunity, because although it is automated, you're providing them with the value and the information that they want right now, right? So like if you can beat your competition to answering their questions, providing them value, it gives you a greater chance of landing that sale and making that conversion. So great way to create some automations there. So we did appointment. Again, if you want to send someone an offer, again, like I mentioned before, this is a great way to test that out by asking people to send you their information. So if you had that free ebook, right, if you're trying to collect leads or emails, which is a great way, if you have like on your website a way to collect leads, I would send people into there, get them into your Instachamp funnel, provide them a little bit of value about what your brand or your company does, and then collect the lead information on your website. But you can also do this in your Instachamp by asking people to leave their email. So if someone wanted a free ebook, I could ask them a question, hey, you are interested in my ebooks, and they click yes. And then you ask for them to give you their email, and then you would follow up with them later, collect the email, and get them into your funnel, which is a great way to collect those leads. And a super cool functionality as well is if they answer the last question, you're actually able to follow up with the question. If they answered the last question, you're able to change the timing of the message up to 23 hours. Right, so let's do 12 hours, right? Thanks for reaching out earlier. Were you able to download? Were you able to? Oh wait, did you receive the ebook? So you can just follow up with people if maybe they forgot about it. Just give them another automated message where you're following up with them on that, right? Like if you were asking someone to book an appointment with you, you could ask like, hey, how was the booking appointment? Is everything good? They'll reply and say, yes, I booked with you for, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Right. And then you can just continue that relationship in your messages there. So super powerful way to use these automations. Now with a post comment, so what I did is I created this Instagram account right here. It is like a little training ground, playground that I created to help when I do these webinars or I do content on social to get people to interact. So if you want to see how that gatekeep strategy works in real life, go to HappyBots 305. Actually, 305 is the area code of Miami. and go to this post and drop the word carousel on this post. And what you're able to see is you're going to be able to get that last tip in your DMs and see how that automation works. So if you're interested, go to HappyBots 305, click this one and drop carousel if you're interested to see how it works.
Awesome. Jagathala is asking, I missed out the first 35 minutes. Is it going to be on YouTube? Definitely, it's going to be on YouTube in the next few days, so you can definitely check it out. But at the same time, we do run these webinars every couple of weeks, so you'll be hearing new things. Some of the things would be repeated, but a lot of new case studies, new strategies. So this way you won't miss out on the training. If you are buying the product for your team members, again, send them the link so that they can get trained from Keith. By the way, guys, if you have any questions around Instagram, bots, growth, please ask them in the QA section. We're going to dive right into it and start asking and start taking up all of the questions for you. But just before that, let me just quickly share my screen. If that's okay with you, Eric.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just a moment. So guys, we currently have InstaChamp currently on PitchGround on a lifetime deal for a mere $59. Take advantage of it. You can literally make your money back in just a day or 2 days of time by running your growth hacks. Push it up with ads on top of that. You can pretty much like start scaling up on your efforts. Now, depending upon the number of contacts that you're going to be having, the number of leads that you're going to be generating, you can grab a plan accordingly. On a safer side, I would say that pretty much plan B is sufficient for most of the businesses, most of the solopreneurs out there. But if you're getting like 25,000 contacts, that's actually a lot. That's 25,000 leads. If you get even like 1% conversion, usually the conversions are pretty high because these are highly targeted leads. But even worst to worst case scenario, like you get a 2% conversion, that's still 500 potential customers. And even if you're doing like a tripwire sort of lead magnet of $1, you still end up making about a minimum of $500 from this alone, helping you generate close to around 8x of potential ROI that you can do. So take advantage of this. It's a fantastic deal. I'm just going to quickly drop in the link in the comment for everyone before we move on to all of the questions. There you go. I've just dropped in the link for everyone. Hit on the link. You can grab InstaChamp right away. It's again a fantastic tool. You guys have seen the power. Again, go test it out yourself. You see how powerful it is. At the same time, we do offer 60 days of no question asked automated refund policy. What does that mean? If you don't like the product, just hit the refund button. Within a matter of a second, the money should be back into your account. So it's all 100% automated. So you don't even have to contact our support team. This gives you a lot of liberty. This gives you a lot of control over your purchases. And this way, it's a very frictionless process that we have created for you guys. This way, you ensure that this is the right product for you. And if it's not, you are again back by 60 days. 60 days is a lot of time. That's almost like 17% of the entire year that you get yourself to test out the product. And we're very, very sure that you're going to see the results coming out because it's being built by a proven team, by a proven founder who has a proven success. So take advantage of the offer. Again, it's phenomenal. Just $59. I think it's absolute no-brainer. Eric, over to you once again.
Yeah. So if I have some ebooks that I have created that show you these tips and these strategies on how to grow, your leads and use these tools to generate leads and also engagement as well. And I have some more coming for small businesses and entrepreneurs and creators as well. So if you want to get those, just DM me the word ebook to get into my newsletter and pipeline for content that I will be sharing. I share tips and tricks. I have some new ones where we have actual InstaChamp users who've shared their stories, right? So we have this skincare company from the Philippines who's using this to create actual quizzes that is super fun and engaging for her audience. and it's just something new that people aren't using InstaChamp for, or sorry, aren't using on Instagram, that you can actually use in InstaChamp on Instagram to create engagement with your audience. So you'll see a lot of cool tips and tricks as you go. So if you purchase it, you'll get into that as well. So definitely a great, valuable piece. That's usually, I sell these for, $100, or I'll do webinars that are like $400. But if you DM me the word ebook, you'll get into my funnel. And then, there are webinars where I'll create with some high-end influencers that teach you even more strategies that you'll get messages for as well.
Awesome. Let's dive into some of the questions that are coming in. Shirley's saying that she has just made a purchase. Congratulations, Shirley. You have made a fantastic decision. I missed the webinar last week due to internet outage in my area. So is the replay still available? Yeah, surely the replay is available. But again, we've covered a lot of things in this webinar. So in case if you have attended this webinar right from the beginning, you've pretty much not missed out anything. But actually, you've gained a lot more because some of the things that we did not share in the last webinar, we did share in this. So again, guys, test out HappyBots 305 on Instagram. Maybe Eric, you can just drop in the direct link for Instagram instead of just typing the idea. I think that will be a lot faster for most of the people.
Yep. And these automations work on your phone. So make sure that you are using this on your phone. InstaChamp and Instagram's API doesn't fully work on mobile, or sorry, on desktop, but is optimized and created for mobile, right? So
perfect. And also at the same time, if you're running this, most of the people are using Instagram on the phone. So when you're running ads, just make sure that you're not running ads for the post on the desktop. So just make sure that you select iPhone and Android. That's it. When you're running any of the ads, to kind of like add a bit of steroid and make your post go on a steroid mode. And that's when you'll start seeing the scale up effect that's going to be happening with it. With that, let me dive into the first few questions. The first question is, hi guys, I'm asking this question again. Is there a way we can get the response from the bot on Instagram? Because if someone mentions us with 5 stories, bot replies 5 times, it looks a little odd. So Eric, is there a way to kind of like stop the bots after the first response so that it doesn't keep on responding back over and over again, or maybe add some sort of delay or something like that?
yeah, so with Mobile Monkey, there's these options to limit the amount of replies. We're constantly
your screen, maybe if there are any sort of like technical answers, we can just quickly share the screen and show people as well.
Yeah, so the option to stop that isn't available on InstaChamp right now, but I know it will be in the future, right? So we created like Mobile Monkey, and then we're transitioning some of the features into InstaChamp, right? Created super streamlined, but are adding valuable features all the time. I know that is on the roadmap to have in like the story mentions where you're able to limit to like 1 or 2 or 3 responses. So right now it's not, but you know, if someone shouldn't be tagging you too many times in a post, or if you're using it for the strategies I mentioned of someone like sharing your post and tagging you, still super valuable way to use that automation right now. But yeah, in the future, you know, that could be a headache, and that's something that Mobile Monkey solves, and InstaChamp will have it down the road for sure.
Awesome. Moving on to the next question is from James. Can I program the automation to trigger if someone comments any charity name? They would ask the comment. Definitely, you can do that. Again, just set up those automation triggers, James, inside InstaChamp. Once you do that, you should be able to have a complete control over things.
Yeah, James, just keep in mind. So I guess the question would be, what is your kind of call to action? Like, what are you trying to lead people into by doing all the charity names? Like, is the end goal to send the same message to anybody, or is it to only a certain number of charities, right? Because you could definitely do the different charity names and have the automations be the same, kind of like I showed you with the different keywords. I think you're limited to like 10 to 15 keywords. So if you wanted to plug in like 1,000 charity names, you would have to maybe duplicate that automation and do it a bunch of different times. But if you're just trying to send people down one funnel, instead of writing that charity name, I mean, you could technically say, right, you know, charity name, then plus a certain keyword that'll activate that keyword, right? So it's kind of like gamifying it in a sense, right? You know, they're picking their favorite charity, but you're sending them down that link. That's one way to do it.
Awesome, James. I hope that answers. Again, if you have further questions, feel free to reach out to their team anytime, or you can reach out to Eric at any point of stage. Eric, also, if you can just quickly drop down your email in the chat as well, I think that would be fantastic. In case if anyone has any specific question, many a times people get shy away that they don't want to like ask in public, but rather just reach out in person.
Sure. Yep. Just dropped it. It's ezautovar@mobilemonkey.com.
Awesome. So I say, Ife, I hope I pronounce your name correctly, is asking, can the leads automatically be sent to autoresponder? Does it also integrates with Twilio for SMS messaging?
Let me try to find the
That's
question.
in the chat, Eric.
Gotcha.
So basically, there are two questions. The first question is, can the leads be sent to the autoresponder? I say you can do that using Zapier. And the same thing with regards to the Twilio SMS messaging as well. You can do it via Zapier. You can just send across all the data from Instagram to Zapier to whatever platform you want. So currently you can do it via Zapier, just to kind of like keep and help you answer the question. Moving on to the next question. Will this tool work while we are running ads on any poll? Or definitely, KB, it works like it works on a steroid mode when you do that, right? Because once you start getting the engagements, your cost actually goes low drastically. It will go down drastically because Facebook in general is one of those platforms where if the engagements are very high, your CTR is very low. Because Facebook prefers to show ads to people who are liking it frequently or who are bound to reply. So if the replies are actually happening, your cost is going to drastically go down. So definitely this is going to work on steroids. I would always and highly recommend that if you're using Instagram, make sure that you use it along with the ad if you want to see the real domino sort of crazy viral growth effect, and if you want to generate leads on steroid mode. Moving on to the next question. Mehul is asking, on the top right corner, we have a user section drop down in Instagram. If I get a license that I can use on one account, if the drop down allows me to select another account and mark it active, does that mean that I can change an active account where one account will become inactive and the automation will be used on the currently active one?
Yeah, no. So the codes only work for one Instagram account. So the Instagram account that you redeem the code in will be the one that has the unlimited option, right? So you're able to create a free version of InstaChamp. However, the features are limited, and you get like ads on after like 5 messages. There's ads at the end of your automations. You're not able to add the personalization tags. You can't do the like those drip like questions with the free version. Definitely a great way to test it out if you need to. But yeah, once you buy that purchase of that InstaChamp, which is a lifetime deal, it only attaches to the Instagram account that you redeemed it in.
So Mehul, basically what Eric is trying to say is that the drop-down menu is kind of like workspaces. So you can add one Instagram account is like one workspace. So depending upon the number of Instagram accounts you will have to purchase that many number of codes. So if you, let's say, are running an agency, usually we have seen a lot of agencies purchasing a lot of codes. But if you are someone who's probably just running one or two accounts, which is one your personal account and one business account, so 2 codes would be more than sufficient for you. At that point of view, you can just grab 2 codes of $59 each, and you can just redeem it to one single account. Again, remember, it's absolute peanuts because you will be able to recoup your money back in just a matter of a day or two of actually using it and scaling it. Because even if you end up generating like few hundred leads, even with a $1 tripwire offer that you can offer to these people via DMs, you would end up seeing all of those conversions sort of like kicking in right away. But again, most of the time, a lot of people don't do tripwire offer. They usually sell their courses or some sort of PDF. Or I think one more recommendation I made in the last webinar was, if you are selling any digital products, use Gumroad, because if there is a high number of transactions that are happening through Gumroad, what's going to happen is that you will start getting a natural kick in the search engine of Gumroad, and Gumroad will start recommending to their customer base your product. So Instachamp can actually help you to scale up on all your entire Gumroad effort at the same time. So make sure that you do that in order to start selling more, because again, the domino effect and the organic sort of discovery effect is going to come in, because every founder or every company usually finds and looks into ways how you can increase the discovery of your product. And that's one of the best ways to sort of increase the discovery of your particular product. So we're going to move on. Rishabh, if you have any questions, I see you raising hands. If you have any questions, please drop your questions in the DM, or you can just drop your question in the QA, and would love to answer your question. Moving on to the next question. It's from Mehul again. A lot of us get spam from accounts selling NFTs, cryptos, trading. Do those messages count against these contact limit?
No, those like spam messages shouldn't be activating any of your. I mean, they would have to trigger your automation for that to count, right? So no, it doesn't count towards that.
Awesome. Moving on to the next one. Hey Eric, what's your IG handle so that we can get the ebook? We've already shared that, Christopher. So I hope
if you haven't taken advantage, go ahead and click that link in your mobile. DM me the keyword ebook, and I'm going to share those free tips with you. And just drop that in. Take it, see how that DM automation works, and I'll be in touch with you.
Ice is asking, are people able to opt out from getting the messages? Definitely, Facebook has that. As soon as someone like just types in stop or unsubscribe, they unsubscribe from any sort of automation right away.
Yeah, and this isn't like a spamming tool, or you're not able to blast people. They're reaching out to you, right? So they're entering, they're asking, they're putting in the keyword DMs. They're making the outreach to you. So you're not doing the outreach to them. The only way that you can message them without them like messaging you, and like the only way for you to like do outreach is if they've already interacted with you. Like if you saw in that example where I created that like send another message in 23 hours. What Facebook does is they didn't want this to be used as like a spamming tool. This is an engagement tool and a value added tool. If they've interacted with you and they've answered a question, then you're able to send them a follow-up message up to 23 hours after that last answered question, right? So you're only able to do it in a short window of time to continue this like drip sequence, right?
Awesome. So I hope that answers. Jamie is saying that it's usually the charity name plus keyword is great. Yeah, James, again, it can be anything, any sort of keyword that you are triggering in the Instachamp. That is the exact same keyword that would trigger the automation. James is asking how, can you please explain how to get those ebooks? So James, once again, you can just head to the Instagram account of Eric, which is HappyBots305. The link has been shared. Just make sure you're using your mobile phone. Just follow the instructions and you should be getting the ebook right away. This is exactly how Instachamp works. So you would also be seeing a live demo at the same time.
Just DM the word ebook into that account, and that automation will trigger.
Perfect. Next question is from Maisa once again. He's asking, are we able to do sponsored messenger marketing with this? Definitely, you can run ads on a absolute steroid mode and sort of like start scaling this up right away. Moving on to the next one. Can we do drip campaigns on Instachamp?
Yeah, so using that same functionality, I can actually share my screen here to show you a little bit more. Right, so when you click this, you can send out those like drip features, those drip functionalities, right? So when someone finishes this message, right, and it says it will not trigger unless someone answers the last question. So when you create your automation, you want this last thing to be like a question, right? By selecting a text or an option, and whenever you fill this out, then you can create these other automations, right? So if you This is a great campaign idea for engagement, right? Like if you can do a drip campaign of followed up information. So if you want to send continual tips, get someone to like a DM newsletter, you can actually do it as well, as long as that they're responding to that last question within like that 23-hour window. So you could create this one message, and then you can create more messages as well. So great way to continue to send these messages out, right? Up to 23 hours. You'll see that the limit is 23 hours. So you're able to create this like little mini drip within your DMs. And one thing that I know we didn't talk about, because it's so Instagram powerful, but these automations work in Facebook as well. So if you have a lot of, if you're doing a lot of great business in Facebook, you have a very solid Facebook page. These work as well for posts and your Messenger functionality as well. And if you are running Messenger ads on Facebook, definitely a powerful way to get people into your Instagram drip automation funnels as well.
Awesome. Let me just dive into the next question. Is there a possibility for WhatsApp to connect in the future for Instagram? I think that's a great question.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely the option of WhatsApp. I know that I guess I don't know how much I can share, but I could say that yes, there's a high probability that WhatsApp integration could and will possibly
I think
happen.
it's just a matter of getting the API access. That's what Facebook takes the longest time.
Yeah, like I mentioned, I mean, it's a Facebook tool, it's a Facebook product, and they know that a lot of businesses use WhatsApp for businesses. So it's an easy integration as well. So like I said, we're always adding a lot of new features and functionalities and connectivity. So we started with Instagram, we connected Facebook because we saw that there was value in people running growth on Facebook. So there is the InstaChamp added Facebook functionality like 3 months ago, and we're constantly adding new things.
Right. Isis is asking, so one code is going to be applicable for one Instagram account. So depending upon the number of Instagram accounts you have, you will have to grab that many number of codes for InstaChamp. So if you have 5 accounts, you will need 5 codes. If you have 1 account, you'll need 1 code. But again, more than that, I would say like you will be able to make your money back in like just a day of use, 2 day of use. Put it on your merge with ads, boom, you start making money right away. Like you don't even have to like put in so much crazy efforts, because there's one growth hack that works and will continue working, because we humans are curious. We want to learn. We want to know that more thing. And for that, we usually like take action. So this is one of the best growth hacking strategies on the internet, to actually make people take action and then drive them into your funnel. So definitely give it a try. I think it's fantastic way for you guys to sort of like really dive in. With that, I think we will be wrapping up this particular session. But before that, Eric, which is your favorite question of the day?
What'd you say?
Which is your favorite question of the day?
What's my favorite question of the day? Let's see. I love when people use this for ads, because it's such a different way to run ads. Mm-hmm. And I call it the shock factor. If people are doing something that's different, it's going to make you stand out, right? And it gets you out of the monotony of whatever you're doing, of scrolling, of seeing the same thing. I think Seth Godin uses the purple cow methodology, right? So like, say for instance, you're driving down the road and you see the first cow that you see is going to like really pique your interest, right? It's like, wow, a cow is out here, right? If you're from the city, let's say, the 40th one isn't going to be as impressive as the first, but the next cow you see is purple. Again, that's going to spark something. It's going to grab your attention immediately. So if you're doing something new, you're getting people excited. They're going to see you in a different light. They're going to see you as like this trendsetter, like someone who's on top of their game. Like I said, every inch matters here. Every little bit helps in building your automations and your strategies, right? So we're constantly adding new features as well. So this isn't like just one tool that's stuck here. We're constantly improving. And we have, leadership that is constantly pushing the envelope of what we can do with this tool.
Awesome. Perfect. So guys, with that, we will be wrapping up this session.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about this is, and we didn't talk about this, is that InstaChamp is sold as a subscription, right? So with InstaChamp subscription, it starts at like $12 a month, $12 a month for just the entry level package, which is like you get like 1,000 messages a month, and it's very limited to like 1,000 contacts. So the more you use this, and the more messages that you're applying here and the contacts that get added, you're going to eat up those messages. And it's like $5 for every like additional 100 or 500 messages, something like that added. So like it can add up pretty quickly monthly, which is, we do this limited time deal only with select partners, like with PitchGround. This is the only place you can find this deal. So take advantage of it now before, it goes away. You're not able to purchase this on our website for a lifetime deal. You're going to have to pay the subscription if you want this. Take advantage of this deal. We don't know how long this is going to be. So don't sit on the sidelines. When you purchase, if you make this purchase and you haven't DM'd me already, if you purchase it and then email me at easeoutavar.com, I'll send you that guide, those sales guides for free. So you're able to follow up. If you forgot about what we shared here, if you want to do a little follow-up, a step-by-step of how Saurav Jain was using these freebie guides or like the gatekeep strategies, I'm going to share that with you. If you purchase it right now, screenshot it, throw it over, and I'll send you those ebooks as well.
Awesome. Again, James, I think you can just reach out to Eric. He should be able to help you out through the Instagram. With that, guys, we're going to be wrapping up. Make sure that you take advantage of InstaCharm while it's still on PitchGround on lifetime deal. The more you delay, the problem is that you lose out. One of your competitors is already using it and they're generating all the leads that could be yours. So it's not just about the deal, but it's about also the opportunity cost, right? It's not about saving that $59, but it's about making $590 that you can use by investing this. So you do not miss out on the opportunity cost, because every single day that you do not use such growth hacks, someone else is doing, someone else is taking the opportunity, and you end up losing those opportunity costs. So make sure that you take those actions. With that, we're going to be wrapping up this particular session. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. I hope you guys learned something better, something new, something different today with Eric. We're going to be coming back with Eric once again with another webinar of InstaChamp. Until then, you guys have a fantastic day ahead. And again, maybe make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow, because every single day from Monday to Friday, at 11:30 a.m. EST sharp, we host some incredible webinars that are completely driven around product. So there's something new that you learn every single day. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you guys soon, and have a fantastic one, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.